Hey, it's Buro. I just wanted everyone to know that I created a companion PDF for this dimensioning video. It'll be available as a link in the YouTube description from my Google Drive account. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Tech, and today I'm going to be doing a demo for dimensioning interior, exterior, and also area plans in Revit. So what you're looking at right now is a quick one floor small house that I made. This is a rendering of it just to show you coloring and things like that, just to kind of make it clearer to see when we're talking about all these things. But let's go to the normal floor plan, which currently is set to consistent color and fine detail is visible. But normally I want to say that we don't want to see too much confusion in here. So sometimes it's good to show a floor plan with no coloring and no floors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and rename it to be no floors. And then I'm going to select the floors themselves and pick hide in view. So now the floors are invisible. For a regular floor plan, like I said, you want to be able to see the appliances, you want to be able to see the furniture, certainly the doors and the windows, but make sure that everything is visible kind of the way it's supposed to be. Also, make sure your thin lines is on. And this would be a proper view to show on a sheet for printing or for some sort of architectural presentation. Like I said, I was preferring the floors be off, but this is the one with the floors on. There's a little extra coloring, things like that. And if you go to black and white with this particular view, again, it looks even more confusing. Black and white with no floors is actually very clear to look at. So your choice between consistent coloring or a hidden line view for when you're displaying the normal first floor view. I'm going to now take this particular no floor view and I'm going to duplicate it again 2 more times. The first one we're going to rename to dimensions rooms and exterior. And this one we'll rename to dimensions doors and windows. Okay, so first let's go to the rooms and exterior dimension. We're definitely going to change this to be black and white, so we'll switch to the hidden line view, and I'm gonna make sure in my visibility settings, I'm going to go to view and visibility and graphics. I'm going to make sure all of them are selected, and I'm going to unselect everything. And now I will just go back and turn on doors, lines, walls, and windows. Good. Okay, this is pretty much exactly what I wanted to see. Now let's start actually dimensioning. And again, this particular dimension view is for rooms and the exterior. Let's go to annotate. I'm going to pick aligned dimensions, and I'm going to just do all of the exterior ones first. When you have an aligned dimension, you're going to kind of look for that dotted line to appear on the wall that you want to put. But don't forget, you're going to be moving the witness lines afterwards. So I'll put one over here. And I'll put one over here for this outside. And then I have a choice of either doing this small part here or this small part here. Horizontally, I'm going to do this part. It's clearer that way. And same thing over here and over here. I have a choice. I'll do this part. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. I'm going to now activate that dimension and click it so the witness lines appear on the exterior of the figure, because that is what I'm trying to display. These are exterior wall dimensions. Good. The dimension text itself is kind of small, so I wanted to make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to just change the scale of the drawing. Right now it's 1/4 by 1 foot. Let's do 3/16. It's a little bit bigger. That seems like it's appropriate for this particular drawing. Let's go back to align dimensions and we'll start doing the rooms themselves. Now we're just going to be doing the rooms. Try not to have any redundant dimensions here. So I do have this exterior dimension, which is good. You're thinking about like a builder in this case. Like how would a builder choose to create this particular wall or something like that? Okay, so that's good. And now I can do the width of this room right here, or I can do it over here. I'm actually going to do it right here. These are being measured from the wall cores. We're going to change those. Do a shorter width over here for this particular wall. And then for this wall over here, I'm actually going to align those. Let's have this width over here. I don't need the other part because I have the exterior dimension over here. That's enough for people to know that this wall and this wall are being created. And now I have this wall over here being measured from that left exterior wall. Same thing. This entire strip that runs through most of the middle of the major part of the house just needs to be dimensioned once, this 8'3" dimension here. I will measure a short distance from here to here, drop that down, distance from here to here. And I will align that with this one as well. I think the only other one I would need is this very tiny one here. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix those lines. This can be done before or after. Interior dimensions should be measured to the interior faces of the walls. Okay, now let's double check. This wall, I don't need really the width for it because I have it on the outside, but I guess for the measurement of the interior, because it's not as thick, I'm going to want to measure it from here to here. So for this room, I have this wall being dimensioned with this. For this wall, I have it dimensioned over here, and that goes through the room here. I have this wall being dimensioned from here to here. This very short wall over here, and this very short wall over here. This particular wall being dimensioned from the right side. This one being measured from over here, just for clarity. And finally, this giant midline wall being measured right here. Okay, that works fine. So this would be enough for the exterior walls and room dimensions. And then we'll flip over to this view and do the same thing. Let's go to view, change all those settings again. Or I could have duplicated the other view right now. Let's turn all these off. And again, go to doors, lines, walls, and windows. Let's change it to a hidden line view again. Again, make sure you have no redundant or extra dimensions anywhere. Let's go back and click a few things. We're going to want to dimension all of the doors, windows, and openings here. So it's going to be something that we have to remember all the time to make sure we're measuring for clarity. For the windows that are on the exterior of the building, of course, we're going to measure from one wall on the exterior to the center of the window. And this scale is set to 1/4 equals 1 foot. Let's make sure over here it's 3/16 equals 1 foot. So we'll fix this to be 3/16 as well, a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to continue from the outside and I'll put those in alignment. Make sure this one's measured from the exterior. It's nice and convenient right there. I'm going to continue measuring from one wall. I'll go from this corner here. Could have also measured from this wall. Maybe this one is cleaner. Yeah, see that one's 4 feet and this is 8 feet, so let me get rid of this one. I like to choose the dimensions that are a lot easier to be interpreted by a builder. Let's stick to that wall now. Go to this particular window, and then from that center of the window to the exterior door. Same way. Since this one's a door and it needs a little bit more room, I'm going to bring it out further and then align this one to it. Don't forget, measuring from the outside now. So 2 very clean dimensions here and here. You could always go ahead and adjust the model if that's not the case. We'll do the same thing for the sliding doors here, measuring to the center. The width of the door is not going to be something in question because it will be listed in the register of items for the house. Just need one more for this exterior window. And I believe I've covered all of the exterior doors and windows. Now let's just do the interiors, same way. This time I'm measuring from the inside wall, of course. Yeah, let me actually pick wall faces here. So now I could have done this before. I'm actually going to measure from wall faces versus wall center lines. That would be a lot easier. Okay. Let's start with this door here. Best measured from that particular space right there. For this door here, it's kind of weird. I'm actually going to move this door to be 2 feet. That's better. This door I'm going to flip over there. And I'm going to measure from here to here. And make that one 2 feet as well. A little crowded in this particular area, but it doesn't look like we have a choice. I'm going to measure from here to this center. It's readable. I need this opening. This is an opening. I'll measure from here to there. Let's clean that up too. I want that to be 4. Let's take care of this. This is a different type of opening. This opening is just a large wall area, and I'll show you in 3D. It was custom made by editing the wall profile here. As you can see, this was drawn into the wall profile, as is the opening here. So these won't be clickable in center areas, but you could adjust that by making reference planes or just to measure from the edges. I think we'll just do it to the edges. I'll go from here to there. Actually, that might not even be necessary. We'll see. Do the width of this opening. The distance from the opening to the next opening. And the width of that opening. That's not bad at all. Okay, so let's double check. All the exterior is done. I have the interior parts over here for the kitchen, for the living room, for the bedroom, the closet, the bathroom, this bathroom over here, and that particular part. So it looks like I'm pretty much done. Maybe I want to clean up a few more things. I think this door could also be moved properly to be just 6 feet. That would be nice and clean. Doesn't look like I want to edit anything else. The only one I'm not really happy about is this, but I do want this to be a clean 5-foot opening. So other than shifting all of this stuff over, I think I'm okay with that. So that would be the doors and windows dimensioning view. This would be the rooms and exterior wall view for dimensioning. Both of these can be put on the same sheet, or they could be on separate sheets. It all depends on how clear you want to be and the way you display it. The last thing we're going to take care of is an area plan, which is definitely a different type of thing to do. So let's go to the architecture menu and pick in the drop down for area, want to pick an area plan. Please pay attention here. This is going to be very important. And notice the area that I'm going to be doing right now is for rooms. Depending on the project, you're going to want to know the areas of rooms or the areas of a floor. Just to show you a little bit more detail about the area process, we're going to do area for rooms in this particular project. So I'm going to hit OK to accept that I want to have a rentable type area plan, which is like specifying the rooms. And of course, on level 1, upon clicking OK here, it asks me this question always. Would you like to automatically create boundary lines associated with external walls? We will say no. We don't want to see the boundary lines for the walls. Okay, so a new category has opened up here. It's called a level 1 area plan. As you can see, it took on all the default detailing. So for area plans, same thing. We're just going to do walls, windows, doors, and lines. So I'll go to visibility again. Select everything, turn it all off. Select nothing. Okay, then turn on doors, lines, walls, and windows. Turn the detailing on to fine. And this will be pretty easy. Remember, we're in the area plan itself. Let's go back to the architecture area. And it says area boundary. This will open up sketch mode. And depending on how you want to do this, this could be really quick. So let's pick lines for the rooms that are more complicated, such as this room over here in the bedroom. This is a closet for the bedroom, so that'll be included in the area of the bedroom. So I'll pick lines, and I'm going to snap, because this is for room areas, to the interior wall faces. Going right through the closet wall, because that doesn't count. Please be mindful of your snaps. Okay, I've joined that. So I will be okay with that as a boundary. Make sure all boundaries are enclosed. Now let's do this bathroom, which is also irregular shaped. Tracing these interior corners. That should be a complete circuit. Now I'm going to make things easier, and I'm going to switch over to drawing rectangles. And I'll just snap to corners of these rooms. When you're making these area borders, you can actually constrain them to the walls in case you wanted to move any of the walls. They would definitely move for you. That's good. And now I just want to do one more irregular one for the living room. The snaps really make things a lot easier in this program. Okay, so I think I've covered all the rooms, and that should be it for my boundaries. But notice again, I did not constrain them, so if I do move this wall, you could see that the boundary line doesn't move at all. I do recommend constraining them if you're still in the design process. And then lastly, we want to actually tag the area itself using this area function, not the tag area function. Let's just do area. It says areas are not currently visible in this view. Do you want to make them visible? Yes, I will. And as you can see, as I move this function within the boundaries that I've selected, it shows everything. So let's just plop these in parts of the rooms that are very easily visible. And that is a proper area plan. As you can see, all of the pieces are here. These tags are clickable if you just find those little crossing lines, if you wanted to mess with them a little bit. We don't have to do this normally, but I think I'm going to make another area plan just to show you that there is a way of creating just for one level itself. This is easy. So I'll pick gross building this time in level 1 again. So as you can see, it created a different category. For this category, I'm going to go back to my view, fix everything the way I want it to be. This time, I guess I'll remember to include areas. So areas, doors. I need lines as well, otherwise I won't be able to see my area lines. Walls and windows. And now this one will be much easier because I'm just doing one entire floor of space. And again, I'm going to snap to interior walls, but I'm going to, it's going to be the interior face of the walls. But I'm going to ignore the actual interior walls of the building. Okay, just one quick thing like that. And then with that enclosure, I can tag the entire area of the floor to be 715 square feet. So this 715 square feet ignores the space taken up by all the walls in the building. But as you can see, it's lit up properly. All the blue here is what's being covered, as opposed to the room area plans, which do not include those particular walls. So this one, the wall is taken in because the closet part of the room But over here, you can see that this area does not cover any of the walls. So is this. So is this one. The kitchen over here, and of course the living room again. Okay, so this is a room area plan where you can see the square footage of each of the rooms. And this was a floor area plan where you can see the square footage of the entire living space. Okay, so please be careful about dimensioning. We want clarity to be the most important thing overall. We want things to not be redundant, which contributes to clarity as well. And we want to try to follow the standards as much as possible. There's always going to be variations in standards. Make sure your designs are clean. And if you need help, don't forget to ask somebody. Thank you very much.